Brooke tells Ridge at Forrester that she is offering forgiveness and a way for them to be back together. It sounds like an ultimatum to Ridge. She will either take Nick to Italy or he will return to her. Given that he is dating Taylor, Brooke gripes about how difficult it is to collaborate with him. She says, "You love me more than she," as Nick walks in. Well. What have I entered here? Or must I inquire? As Brooke and Ridge talk about a missing silk order, Nick keeps sticking his nose in. When Brooke requests a moment from Ridge, Nick yells, "Set sail, pal." Brooke answers a phone as Ridge leaves. Nick calls for someone to hold the silk container for Forrester Creations and moves away. Nick then reminds Brooke that he has offered to show her Italy. He intends to take her to the Isle of Capri by getting her on the boat. "It's gorgeous," Brooke chuckles. "Anything may happen," Nick assures her. Is it possible to turn Brooke's head? Steffi and Taylor discuss their relief over Liam's surgery and recuperation at the Forrester mansion. He no longer has the lump on his brain. It really is a miracle. Taylor questions whether asking for another would be excessive. What if Brooke chose not to accompany Ridge to Naples? While Eric and Ridge are in favor of Brooke joining the trip, Steffi is not. Taylor is aware that Brooke receives a lot of attention abroad, which benefits her business. Steffi can relate to her mother's annoyance. Although Taylor respects and loves Eric, she is aware that he would rather that Ridge make amends with Brooke. The last thing Steffi wants is for her mother to be concerned about Brooke. Taylor is provoking Ridge by using Nick, demonstrating her ability to control him. Donna shows up and welcomes them. Brooke is only interested in one man, she informs them. Nick is the one who can turn Brooke's head, according to Steffi. He has before. Donna is ecstatic about her sister's impact on men. Taylor believes Nick might affect her in a similar way. Does Donna not believe that he could win her over? Donna believes it would be an error. Brooke and Ridge continue to have a connection. It's no secret that she still hopes to be with him in the future. She desires Brooke's happiness. "I apologize. All I want is for her to be content." Taylor tells Donna that Brooke and Nick had a son together and were happy years ago. According to Donna, Brooke's true love is Ridge. She apologizes, but she believes Ridge has similar feelings for Brooke. What is the duration of Daphne's stay? Carter and Eric worry about obtaining the necessary silk in the design office. They both take a deep sniff and then Daphne shows up. Her return is welcomed. She is thrilled to be back in Los Angeles. They discuss the horrific shootings and Liam's safety. According to Carter, Hope is currently with him. The topic of the event abroad comes up. Eric informs Daphne that her line has been quite successful. This vacation will transform his life, he assured his kid. For Ridge and Brooke in particular. Carter and Daphne hang together and browse gowns in the corridor. She chooses one that she likes. She makes references to teasing the media since she understands how crucial this trip is. To promote the new scent, Daphne is assembling a unique present that Brooke, Eric and Ridge will take to Italy. Impressed, Carter informs Daphne that he has missed her. Since she has also missed Carter, Daphne is certain that he misses her. She's just shocked that he said that. He tells her that he is glad to see her again and that they are friends. It hasn't been that long, Daphne notes. How long is she staying this time, he asks. She gives him a strange look and thinks, we'll see. What's wrong with Ridge? Ridge gripes to Eric about Nick's presence at the design office. Brooke wanted to speak with him, but he told him to go. He yells, I don't want him to travel to Italy with us. In order to understand why Nick affects him so profoundly, Eric believes his son should do some research. That's because he's a self-serving bastard, Ridge growls. He receives a call informing him that his man has located the consignment of silk. It has to do with Marone's shipping business. He's messing with us. Ridge informs Eric after disconnecting. Ridge yells that he discussed the silk with Nick, but Nick remains silent. He considers it a big joke and is interfering with their business. According to Eric, it will be Brooke after the silk. Ridge, you must stop him. Nick tells Brooke in the main office that nothing can match Italy's beauty. Let's have fun together. But this isn't a vacation, she reminds him. He is able to turn it into one. Like him, she enjoys being on the water, Nick remembers. Nick tells her that Italy loves her too, and he gushes over the magic of it all. Is attending numerous formal meetings something she truly wants to do? Make a little magic, kid. she could say as she accompanied him to see Italy. Brooke chuckles. He's painting a beautiful picture, Brooke tells Nick. Nick wants her to know his feelings. She feels flattered. Ridge shows up and questions Nick about his ulterior motives. As usual, he came for deception and falsehoods. Their silk is on his boat, Ridge informs Brooke. He tried to explain that he had business there, but Ridge wouldn't let him talk. Nick smirks. Nick is asked by Brooke if this is accurate. Ridge doesn't mean it that way, according to Nick. He takes out his phone and gives the go-ahead for the silk to be released. Ridge informs him that he is beginning to irritate him. He enjoys interfering in other people's lives, but he won't do that to Logan. Nick yells at him to stop talking and stop referring to her as Logan. You're getting married to someone else. Here are spoilers for Thursday, July 24th, 2025's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans can anticipate a connection between Taylor Hayes and Nick Marone in tomorrow's episode. Rich Forrester receives an emotional warning from Eric Forrester. Steffi Forrester Finnegan and Liam Spencer become close as a result of his near-death encounter. Eric Forrester's warning on an emotional level. Eric has an emotional warning for Ridge, so let's start with him. Eric has long been recognized by fans as Ridge and Brooke Logan's staunchest supporter. Eric expressed his happiness for Taylor's engagement to her. That wasn't entirely accurate, though. Eric has been pressuring Ridge to get back together with Brooke ever since he found out about the Tridge engagement. Eric will issue another emotional warning to his son in spite of Ridge's cautions to keep out of his romantic life. What Taylor Hayes suspects. Taylor is adamant about Nick and Brooke rekindling their romance. It's her best chance of keeping Ridge, the psychologist argues. Not a really strong bond. Taylor will want to know how Nick's relationship with Brooke is going forward. Donna Logan was urged by Taylor to obtain the material, but she declined. Additionally, Taylor recently discovered that many people are still on Team Bridge. Nick Marone's encounter. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Nick and Taylor should also cross paths. That most likely won't occur until Thursday's episode is over, at which point it will continue into Friday's. According to the weekly preview video, Nick and Taylor might be able to work anything out. Steffi Forrester Finnegan Bond and Liam Spencer. Fans may also anticipate a heart-to-heart between Liam and Steffi in tomorrow's episode. Liam will discuss his decision to jump in front of Luna Nozawa in order to save Steffi's life. Liam may also discuss the miracle he just experienced. Although steam is implied to bond, this does not imply that they will do so romantically. Nevertheless, it is a soap opera. July 24th, 2025, Thursday. Anything can happen when John Finn Finnegan is obsessed with the secrets of Grace Buckingham. Perhaps Finn won't see the warning signs between steam since he will be too preoccupied. On Thursday, July 24th, 2025, which narrative are you most excited to see? Post your ideas in the space provided for comments below. To find out what happens next, don't forget to continue watching the soap opera on CBS or Paramount+. The initiative brought Taylor and Nick together, even though they had always been in different social circles. The joint presentation for the school's STEAM project began as a routine assignment. Taylor flourished in science and technology because he was thorough and inquisitive. In contrast, Nick had a passion for the arts that made every concept into a show. They didn't get along initially because Nick liked spontaneity and Taylor wanted order. But as they laughed together and brainstormed late into the night, they grew to respect each other's contributions. Nick gave frameworks life where Taylor had built them. Their differences turned into assets. Something more developed between them as the talk progressed. The work was no longer the only focus. An unconscious rhythm was developing in the way Nick listened to Taylor's explanations of ideas, and the way Taylor grinned when Nick veered off on creative tangents. They spent the night before the showcase reviewing the last slides in the deserted auditorium. The projector's gentle hum, their voices echoing, the silence in between conversations, all of it felt charged and suspended. Nick paused, watching Taylor fiddle with a cable. Do you ever consider this? Us? Surprised but not taken by surprise, Taylor looked up. I have, she murmured quietly. It only required that. The days that followed were a haze. The talk was well received. Students whispered about their chemistry as teachers complimented their inventiveness. Taylor didn't mind the attention for once. However, the illumination didn't last long. Taylor's childhood pal Eric saw the change. He had known her since second grade and had witnessed all of her victories, heartbreaks, and stages. Her voice changed when she mentioned Nick. At first, Eric hadn't said anything, not sure if he was being defensive or if something more profound was happening, but he was no longer able to ignore it. He begged to speak one afternoon. It was peaceful and shaded by old trees as they strolled behind the school. Taylor grinned as usual. Eric didn't. His voice was low as he started. I just want to say this once. Take care of him. Taylor's head cocked. What do you mean? Nick is one of the guys I know. He approaches quickly. Everyone is charmed. However, it doesn't always endure. She scowled. You believe that I am unaware of his identity? With agony flashing in his eyes, Eric remarked. I think you're letting your guard down. I also don't want you to suffer harm. A protracted silence ensued. Turning away, Taylor gazed at the sunshine filtering through the branches. You could be correct. However, I must discover for myself. Slowly, Eric nodded, but his heart sunk. He wanted to be the person she selected, but he also wanted to protect her. He simply was unsure if it was too late. He stood there by himself with the wind and the pain of his silence as Taylor left. The relationship between Taylor and Nick grew stronger in the days that followed. But Eric's comments remained, a question that would not go away, like a shadow beneath the light.